Hello students, now let us continue with another problem on solution of homogeneous differential equation with constant coefficients. Here is one problem for you. In my previous session we worked on how to write YC for a given set of roots, okay, with only one single problem, okay. So that was not enough. Let us continue with some more problems so that it will be a nice practice for you, okay. Now here we have d cube y by dx cube plus 6 into d square y by dx square plus 11 times dy by dx plus 6y is equal to 0. So as usual I have already given you the pattern of solution. The same steps you need to follow. So all of you take pen and a paper and start writing with the previous problem we have already seen how to do. Let us continue with that same this, okay. Now you have to replace every d by the same equation. I'll write it directly like this. See, the same equation can be written as d cube y plus 6d square y plus 11 dy plus 6y is equal to 0. Yes, I have just replaced whatever d by dx. So it is the normal. I am telling this right from the first session. You replace every d by dx by capital D. So this you get. Now you have to separate your y from it. Okay, take y common, or yes, that's this step is. I think by now you should be familiar with this. Done. Now taking this bracket into consideration, replace every d by small m. Write your required auxiliary equation A. The auxiliary equation should be, replace d by m here, it is m cube plus 6 m square you have plus 11 m, because every d you have to replace by m. Why you don't bother about it, just take the bracket terms, plus 6 is equal to 0, right? Directly equated to 0. Now you see this equation, you have to solve for this equation. I mean find the zeros of this equation, okay, find the roots of this. So to solve or to get the roots of this equation, I will just go by inspection method, okay. So just put x, since all the terms are positive here, so you can see that the roots can be negative. There should be some of them should be negative roots. You will always have a negative roots for that, okay. So all the terms are positive. So if you put any positive value for m, you will all terms will turn to be positive, and a positive quantity can never be equal to 0. So just go for negative values of m. Don't directly put m is equal to 1, 2, 3, which are the positive values of m, okay. So you will end up with the positive value on the left hand side, and that can never be equated to 0. So what I am telling you is put m is equal to some negative value so that you directly get the roots, okay. Say I will start with m is equal to -1. Look at the all terms, they are all positive. So this is one hint that how to get your roots directly. So if all the terms are positive, go for m is equal to negative, okay. So if you put m is equal to -1, it is -1, m -1 whole cube is -1 plus -1 whole square, it will be plus, so plus 6, -1 plus 6 plus 5 minus 11 you get, is it not? Because -1 if you substitute in place of m, you get -11, right? So plus 5 minus 11 minus 6, -6 plus 6 0. So I hope that is understood. Once you put m is equal to -1, you are getting this to be 0. Now let us continue. So when m is equal to -1, so you are getting this to be 0, okay. So m is equal to -1 is one of the roots of this equation, is it? So once you get one root of the equation by synthetic division, you can reduce this to quadratic equation and get the other two roots as well. So let's go for that again. So how do you go for synthetic division? I tell you a simple step. What you have to do is write all the coefficients of this equation right from the ascending order, okay. Yes, in the descending order, okay. So m cube coefficient is 1, m square coefficient is 6, so write 6, m coefficient is 11, write 11 and 6. Draw a line like this, okay, and write m is equal to -1 is one of the roots, so write m is equal to -1 as the root over here. So whatever one you have, just write the same one over here. Don't do anything. First one, write it as it is. Now this one multiply to this -1. You get +1 into -1, -1. Add the two numbers. Plus 6 minus 1 is plus 5. Plus 5 into -1, -5. Okay. So plus 11 minus 5. is 6. Plus 6 into minus 1, minus 6, 0. So I hope this is clear to all of you. This is synthetic division. So we got the coefficients for the new quadratic equation. We have divided. It is synthetic division means what? You actually divide by one of the values of m which satisfies this equation. Okay. So if you do that, the resulting equation will give you, or the resulting numbers whatever you get here, they will be the coefficients for the quadratic equation. Okay. So this will be the coefficient of m square. This will be the coefficient of m, and this will be a constant equated to 0. So how it will be? M square plus 5m plus 6 is equal to 0, like this, right? So now how will you write the solution? I can easily factorize now. I can write it as m square plus 2m plus 3m plus 6 is equal to 0, because 6 has two factors, 2 and 3, which is 5. Okay, easily you can do it. M take common from the first two terms, take 3 common from the next two terms. You have m plus 2 and you have m plus 3. So m plus 2 equals 0. You have m plus 3 equals 0, or m equals minus 2 and m equals minus 3. So let us sum up all the roots together, means collect all the roots together. You have m is equal to, the first root was minus 1, second root was minus 2, the third root was minus 3. So these are the 3 distinct real roots. So all of them are distinct, so no problem how to write the solution. So what should be yc then? Yc will be c1 into e to the power the first root of x, first root into x, plus another constant c2 into e to the power the second root into x, minus 2 into x, plus c3 into e to the power the third root into x. Okay, this is the complete solution for this problem. Okay, I hope this is clear to all of you. Okay, we'll continue with some more interesting problems. Okay, now let us continue with one more problem, that is d cube y by dx cube plus y is equal to 0. Now the solution same as the previous problem, just go on working in the same way. Okay, so replace every d by dx by capital D. So it is d cube y plus d plus y is equals to 0. Okay, so you can take y common, it will be d cube plus 1 of y is equals to 0, or you have to just write the auxiliary equation this time. So it is, look at the bracket. Okay, replace d by m, so write the auxiliary equation. What will be the auxiliary equation? It will be m cube plus 1 is equal to 0. Now once again, the two terms of this equation, they both are positive, so you cannot put m is equal to a positive number. Put for m is equal to some negative number. Say if you put m is equal to minus 1, directly you see that m minus 1 whole cube is minus 1, minus 1 plus 1 0. So therefore m is equal to minus 1 is a root by inspection method. Okay, by inspection. So once we get the one root of that equation, all you have to do is go for synthetic division and find the other two roots, reducing that equation to quadratic. So how? Look at that. First, the coefficient for m cube is 1, write it as it is. There is no m square, it means the coefficient of m square is 0. There is no m in the equation, so the coefficient for m is also 0. Later, there is a constant which is minus 1, write it as it is. You have found already m is equal to minus 1 as one of the roots by inspection. So write that minus 1 over here, write the 1 just directly over here. Now you have to multiply the 2, plus 1 into minus 1, adding these two, 0 plus 0 minus 1, minus 1, minus 1 into minus 1, now it becomes plus 1, add the 2, it will be 1. Now plus 1 into minus 1, minus 1, add the 2, you get 0, right? Hence we got the coefficients for the coming quadratic equation. So this is the coefficient of m square, this is the coefficient of m, and this is the constant. Okay, so it will be m square minus, because there is 1, minus m plus 1 is equal to 0. Okay, now yes, how will you solve this? See, you cannot factorize it, so the only way to solve it by formula method. Okay, that is, you have to solve for m is equal to minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. Use that formula. So the value for b is minus 1, b is minus 1 here, a is 1, c is also 1. So use those values. Okay, coefficient of m square is a, Coefficient of m is b, the constant is called c. I hope that is clear to all of you. The b is -1, so minus of minus plus 1 plus or minus root of 1 minus 4 into 1 into 1 divided by 2 into 1, or 1 plus or minus root of minus 3 you get divided by 2, or 1 by 2 plus or minus, since it is root of minus 3, I can write root of minus 3 as root of minus 1 into root of 3. Root minus 1 is I root 3. So this can be replaced by I root 3 divided by 2. Why I am doing this? Half I am writing separately and the other part I am writing it separately, just to separate my real and imaginary parts. Okay, now we have found all the roots. So let us write them together. First root was -1. The other two roots were half plus or minus I root 3 divided by 2. Okay, so once we get these roots, all you have to do is write yc. So what should be yc? Only one of them is real, the other two are imaginary. So write the solution how you write for a real root. Okay, so it will be c1 into e to the power the real value of the root into x. So -1 into x is minus x plus. Now you have to continue writing your solution for the imaginary part. c1 is already used, so go for some other constants. E to the power real part of the root. Real part of the root is half here. Imaginary root, the real part of that root is half. So half into x, or x by 2 you can write directly. 1 minute. E to the power x by 2. Take a bracket. Take another constant, say c2, cos of imaginary part of the root into x, that is root 3 divided by 2 into x, plus c3 sine of imaginary part of the root into x. So this gives you the complete solution of this problem. Okay, I hope it is clear to all of you. Now continue in my next session with some more interesting problems. Till then, thank you.